Hi, this is a presentation of the characteristics of EIGRP, the Enhanced Interior Gateway Protocol. The EIGRP is a Cisco proprietary protocol, and it's an old protocol. It was made in 1992. But since 2013, it has been released as an open standard, which means that other vendors also can just implement and use the EIGRP. It's an advanced distance vector routing protocol. For instance, RIP is also a distance vector protocol, which means that it basically only operates and communicates with its neighbors and only know of its neighbors. But EIGRP are far more advanced than the RIP routing protocol. It uses, among others, the diffusing update algorithm, or the dual. This is the way that it calculates the paths and the backup paths to different networks within the routing domain. It establishes neighbor adjacencies like OSPF, for instance. It has a neighboring table to keep track of all its neighbors. And it uses the reliable transport protocol, which is a special protocol made by EIGRP to send and receive packets from its neighbors, to and from its neighbors. EIGRP uses partial and bounded updates. For instance, RIP sends out its entire routing protocol every 30 seconds, whereas EIGRP only sends out the things that has changed. That is the partial part. And it only sends out when there is a change, not always, not every 5 seconds. And bounded updates means that it will send them only to those who are needed or are affected by the change. And EIGRP also supports equal cost and unequal cost load balance. So you can actually decide to load balance between two different links, for instance. EIGRP can be set up upon different types of networking protocol, and to keep track of the different ones, we have the protocol-dependent modules. So it's a modularized protocol where you have one module for IP version 4, another for IP version 6, and you also have support for IPX and for AppleTalk. And each of these had their own modules for the neighboring table, for the topology table, and the routing table, for instance. And for updating these tables, it uses the reliable transport protocol, which is made by EIGRP and is a part of EIGRP. It's a transport protocol, so it replaces TCP. EIGRP can also use authentication. For security reasons, you might want to authenticate the updates that you receive, and you can actually set up that for your routing protocols. You can do that with OSPF and also with RIP, for instance. It uses small packages, the EIGRP, to keep track of everything and to keep information about their neighbors and what is happening, and if there is a change and everything. These small packages are sent out to the neighbors. First is the hello packets. It's kind of like to see and discover your neighbors. So it's used to maintain and form the adjacencies. It's sent as a multicast, both on IP version 4 and in IP version 6. The multicast address for IP version 4 is 224.0.0.10, and for the IP version 6 is FF02-A. It's unreliable, and it's sent every 5 seconds. Unless you have a very slow link, it's sent out every 60 seconds. And EIGRP has set that there has a hold down timer of 3 times the hello interval to declare the neighbor for being dead or unreachable. When there is a change in one of my networks or in one of the router's networks, well, then it will send out an update with this. And as I said, there was this partial updates, only contains information about the route as it's changed, and it sent out a bounded update, which is only to the routers that are affected by the change. When I've sent an update, I would like to have, or I must have, an acknowledgement that it has been received. So it is a reliable delivery here. And the query and the reply packets are used when I search for networks, or if my neighbor starts not answering my hello packages, then I can send in a query and ask my neighbor, are you still alive? And then my neighbor can send a reply back, yes, I am. We are encapsulating these EIGRP messages within our normal IP packet, and it has a header telling us what kind of a packet it is. The upcode here within the EIGRP packet header tells us whether it's an update, a query, a reply, or a hello packet. And also I sent out the autonomous system number, which is something that EIGRP will use to establish the domain, the routing domain that it is using. Yeah, and that was it. Thank you very much.